The 5 least densely populated places in the world. Number 5. Namibia. Although only slightly less populated than French Guiana, Namibia's uninhabited areas differ greatly from its South American counterparts, with the Namib Desert's arid, dry soil taking up a large part of the country. The southwestern African country sits on the Atlantic Ocean and borders similarly sparsely populated Botswana to the east. The last census puts its population density at 2,56 people per square kilometers. In spite of its mostly desert and dune-like geography, the country itself is temperate, as it is fairly elevated. Warma to the south is the only place where the country's temperatures match its landscape. Droughts in the country are common, though not as common as countries further north in the sub-Saharan region. Number 4. Mongolia. The country that is known primarily for Genghis Khan and impressive breeds of horses is also one of the world's least densely populated. A mere 1,92 people occupy each square kilometer of this enormous landmass. The difficulty in occupying much of the land, coupled with the fact that it is bordered by both Russia and China, go a long way in justifying its low population density. However, a quickly growing population could change this nation's ranking in coming years. Winter in Mongolia is subject to winds coming in from Siberia, making Ulaanbaatar, with an average temperature of 1,3 degrees Celsius, the world's coldest capital. Number 3. Pitcairn Islands. The Pitcairn Islands, one of the world's most remote inhabited locations, are located in the far South Pacific. Made up of 4 volcanic islands belonging to the United Kingdom, only one of the 4 islands, Pitcairn, is inhabited, with a population of 56 and a density of 1,19 people per square kilometer. Indeed, the 56 people descend from 4 original colonizing families. Much of the Pitcairn Islands are inaccessible, or difficult to access, due to high limestone cliffs covered in sharp coral that form a barrier to the more inhabitable interior. Pitcairn itself is quite fertile and friendly to human habitat. Part of its slow population stems from its remote nature, and the fact that it currently has no landing strip for airplanes, though yachts and cruise ships are welcome in its harbor. Number 2. Falkland Islands. With a population of 0,21 people per square kilometer, the Falkland Islands, another territory under UK jurisdiction, is the second least densely populated territory on Earth. An archipelago comprised of 778 islands, with a total population of 2,932 inhabitants, has seen growth recently due to an immigration influx. The 2 main islands, West and East Falkland, are untouched breeding grounds for a variety of birds. The islands themselves are hilly and mountainous, with a cold, windy, and humid climate. Although the tiny population produces a very low GDP, its GDP per capita is quite high and the islands rank well on the Human Development Index. Number 1. Greenland. The world's least densely populated territory is Greenland, with a rate of 0,03 people per square kilometer. The country belongs to the Kingdom of Denmark and has been inhabited for over 4,500 years by native peoples from Canada and Nordic settlers from Scandinavia. Most of Greenland is covered in ice, with the population residing mainly along the west coast, where lack of glacial cover has given way to rocky coast. If Greenland's ice were to melt, sea levels around the world would rise by 7 meters. A telling statistic for the geography and inhabitation of the 3 islands. With a population of roughly 56,000, Greenland is the number 1 recommended spot if you want to feel like you've left all of humanity behind.